love to tell you about RAIZ Ministry. The word RAIZ is RAIZ in Spanish, and it means root. We are an organization that really strives not to just treat the symptoms of poverty, the symptoms of sex trafficking, the symptoms of not being educated, but we try to go to the root issue of these causes and address that as a root issue. The second part of this word and why it's so special to us is because we want to help communities become very deeply rooted in Jesus Christ and build a strong foundation that allows them to be nurtured and to grow and to be healthy, to withstand anything that comes their way so that they are deeply rooted in Jesus. Some of the programs that we've already had success with is our feeding program. We found a huge need for people just to be sustained with food. They're not able to afford food in this area. Another thing is that we're starting an at-risk program with girls, teenage girls, and it's become already a success. We've had a couple of prostitutes come off the street through some of these programs. And the third program is a financial education program to help them become financially stable and rooted. We're currently working with local leaders and local pastors in the communities and establishing those relationships. We believe that we have to have the right to be heard, and so this is a very important part of RAIZ, is that we establish good relationships with local leaders. We've also established relationships with other people that have moved from other countries to Dominican Republic, and we're creating a family, a community here, and because of this relationship, we've been able to launch our first home church. With all of this established, we're so excited of what's to come.
We desperately need land. The way we are growing, we need to find a mission base where we can start to house mission groups, where we can have a resource center where we are able to do our educational programs, where we can do Bible-based classes such as English, health, financial, empowerment classes for young teen girls, stewardship classes, music and arts, and sport classes. We are growing. Our church is needing to expand. We need a place where we can have more people come in and hear the Word of God and be able to reach our community for Jesus Christ. We are feeding multiple families right now, but there's so much more need out there. And God is calling us to feed many, many more. It is very difficult to bring food to certain families, but not to be able to feed everyone who needs it. So we are really needing that storehouse so we can have the supplies to be able to feed all the people that God is calling us to feed.
Now you've heard the needs and the vision and everything about RAIZ Ministries. But here's where we need your help. We've got to raise money. God owns everything. We know that. And we rely on Him. He is our Jehovah Jireh. He is our provider. He takes care of everything that we need. But we need your help. We need your help. Property is not cheap here. So we're looking to raise anywhere between $200,000 to $400,000 so that we can buy the property that needs to happen. And it may be even more than that, up to 1.3, 1.5 million. But you know what? Because of what God has put on their hearts and what God is putting on your heart right now, it will happen. Because God never fails on His promises. And what's going to happen is we're going to hear reports of these young girls and these children who are coming up in an identity where all they think of is all my worth is in sex slavery. All my worth is in the value of what a dollar looks like. But that's going to change. That identity changes because they're investing. You're investing in these girls and these young boys. It's time to put an end to sex trafficking. It's time for Christians to stand up. It's time for the church to do what the church is supposed to do. We need your help. And we love you, and I believe that God is pulling on your heart right now. Every bit counts. We love you. This team loves you. And we stand in support of RAIZ Ministries and what God is doing here in the Dominican Republic.